Welcome to Memorial Stadium and the sea of red in the heartland of Lincoln, Nebraska. An uncommon place and home to an uncommon program with a championship pedigree. What a game we have in store for you today. A Big 12 showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Memphis Tigers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Memphis ready to kick it off and get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Nebraska's offense will take the field first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The play action fake. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
Using his feet. Oh, they're not free. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Lewis wants to pass. Buying some time. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16. These guys got their nose bloodied in the Big 12 last year. The offseason and eager to atone this year.
Hey, guys this year are just going to have to step up and make more plays as well. They've got some dudes who they feel are very, very talented, but weren't always playing to their potential. Last year, David, it's got to start in game 1 in conference play this season.
No doubt. We got to set the tone early, send a message early. We're not that team from a year ago. Like, that was a bad season. That was a down season. We're going to turn this around. Got to get that momentum created game 1 if you want this season to be successful.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. First down, operating in the red zone and doing it in a den of noise. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got it on the move. He wrestles him down at the 3 after the grab. It'll be first and goal.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Looking to get it in. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. And the old bubble screen got popped on that one.
I remember that was a play that used to trick defenses. Not anymore. Everybody throws it. You see the defense there. They weren't fooled. As soon as that guy caught the ball, they were surrounding.
The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. This time, they get him in the backfield, and they take back what he got on the previous play.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Flushed out of the pocket. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be fourth down. Never a doubt. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
The Huskers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Grabbed behind the line. It's Barney. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. A little release to the back. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down and nothing doing there.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there and they made the play.
And the Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking down the middle. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, the offense is trying to attack the middle of the field. They're looking to hit that in route, but really good coverage there by the defense.
Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Lewis to throw. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36. That's the end of the quarter, and Memphis has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. The Cornhuskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll give it to Johnson. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. And how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And the Huskers are moving quickly down the field. Here's the handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. Finds the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. That's caught. It's Hunter. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the 3s. We need 6s.
A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain.
Looking for the end zone. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
That's exactly what you want to do against the option. You want that thing to string along out wide so you get more bodies to the football. Nice job playing.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Husker. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in a shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy time and time again trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead down 7-3. Lewis wants to pass. Moving away from pressure. Finds his back in the middle. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. And those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. He's going to run it. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks up like this and you hurry their thought process, they're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Looking to the big tight end. Fires the pass. Intercepted. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Watching this DB on film, I just love his ability to break on the ball. And I think he was anticipating on third and long that time, the offense throwing it right around the sticks. So he was able to drive on the football and secure that interception.
Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Safe completion on the screen. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds. The Huskers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. That's reeled in. It's Markway. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
Man, this tight end, he is like a receiver once he has the ball, isn't he? He's so elusive. He can make people miss. He's got some wiggle, and he's got some speed. This defense, they have their hands full trying to bring this guy down.
From the gun, the ground game. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got out of trouble and throws. It's complete to the right. Knocked down at the 6, but that completion will set up a first and goal. The Cornhuskers trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Looking to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the grab. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Looking to pass. It's Raiola. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of interest in this Pac-12 showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. Oregon is just getting tuned up today. This is like watching an MMA fight where you start to question your own morals. Who sanctioned this bout? They're trailing by 18 to James Madison. We'll keep you posted on things in this game that's sure to shake things up in the Pac-12. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Really good play by this defense, and you know exactly what you're getting with this guy. Man, he is electric, he is dynamic, they'll make plays, so you got to do a good job of containing him in the pocket.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Nice pickup, gets it to the 20. They move the sticks, and they can still stop the clock.
And what a great job by the defense getting the turnover, but also giving their team an opportunity to kick a field goal here now with just seconds to go in the half.
Right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further. So that will go into the stat book as the rare one-play drive for a field goal. On the run from inside his own 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. And the Huskers will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed to rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Line getting set on second down. Lewis to throw. Zings it complete to the right. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. On the option. He'll toss it. I know you want to keep the ball away from the other offense, but going for it inside your own 40? On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. This offense has it with really good field position. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll get rid of it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, How about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Lewis wants to pass. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Pulls it in. It's Thompson. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Tigers look to keep this drive humming. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. And the Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Quick completion on the out. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. A quick completion on the out route. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up 1st and goal.
Touchdown, Tigers! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And I think he does a really good job here. Dropping back to pass, surveying the field, sees he's got some open space out wide, dump it to your playmaker. Your running back takes the football. He does the rest. Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the field, making a play.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Bell. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit of heat to put points on the board. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Runs through the tackle. He'll step out of bounds at the 23-yard line after a productive play for this offense.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. The give from the gun. Finds a little space. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The Huskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. The Cornhuskers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. This offense could not have executed in this situation any better, just draining some time off the clock. Right down the middle. He makes a catch. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. And the Huskers with the 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. To the air, it's Raiola. Quickly to the tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Gets it out fast. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. After not getting a thing done on 1st down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Catch in the middle, it's Hawkins. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to...
He's loose. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. Once he got some room, it was over. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Bought a little time, lets it go. Quickly complete. Across the 40 outbounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. 1st down here for the offense. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. Looking deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
You cannot get any more wide open than that. He had his receiver open, throws the ball. You think, we're walking in for 6, and he drops it right in his hands. Yeah, those are killers. So hard to make big plays. Man, you can't give those up.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes a connection. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. The Huskers are on the move. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. So much change of direction. He's down to the 23. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Cornhuskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll try the run. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. And the Huskers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Lewis to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This offense hasn't had a ton of success today. It's because I think of some of the issues in the passing game. They've never had the rhythm. Protection has been a bit spotty and iffy. Quarterback's got to raise his level of play here late in this 2-minute situation if they're going to get the win.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. 3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Catch in the middle, it's Thompson. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. To the air on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Powers through the defender. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he jukes the first guy, made him miss, and picked up a few before being brought down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Hawkins. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Rushes on him. Makes the catch. It's Thompson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. With the clock running, this should be the final play. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Got it set up on the outside. It's a seam wide open. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do